Everton news today. Iliman Ndiaye addresses Everton supporters over reported Manchester United interest. Meanwhile, David Moyes' strong impact at Everton prompts questions for TFG after Premier League update, and £60.7 million transfer update sparks new fears at Everton over Branthwaite exit. All this and more you can check out now, with the top Everton news. So make sure to like the video and check your subscription, so you don't miss any updates about the Toffees. Alright Everton fan, Iliman Ndiaye's rise at Everton has reached a point where outside attention is inevitable, and it says a lot about how influential he has become. Week after week, the number 10 has been driving Everton forward, combining flair with end product, and his Africa Cup of Nations triumph with Senegal has only accelerated his growing reputation. It's no surprise, then, that Manchester United are monitoring his situation. From their perspective, Ndiaye fits the profile of a modern, attacking midfielder who can carry responsibility, similar to the step Bryan Mbeumo made when he established himself as a top Premier League performer. For Everton, though, Ndiaye is far more than a talent to admire from afar. He has become central to how the team plays and to their push toward European qualification. When asked about the speculation, Ndiaye struck exactly the right tone. He acknowledged that interest from major clubs is part of football and a sign he's performing well, but he made it clear that his focus is firmly on Everton. His ambition is to achieve something meaningful on Merseyside, starting with a serious challenge for Europe this season. That commitment is backed up by Everton's strong contractual position. Ndiaye is tied down until 2029, giving the club control over his future and removing any immediate pressure to sell. For fans, this is crucial. It means Everton can build around him rather than constantly worrying about losing their best player. Looking ahead, there are several possible scenarios. If Everton reach Europe and continue to progress, Ndiaye could elevate his numbers even further and cement himself as a club icon. Alternatively, if elite clubs eventually make a move, Everton would be negotiating from a position of strength. At just 25, with room to improve and the market inflating rapidly, Ndiaye has the potential to become Everton's biggest ever sale. For we Toffee fan, this is why these links matter. They reflect progress, ambition, and the reality that Everton once again have players others desperately want. My friend Toffee fan, do you see Iliman Ndiaye as the player Everton should build the team around long term? Share your opinion in the comments below. So Toffee, right now, it feels like David Moyes can do almost nothing wrong at Everton. The latest comeback win away at Fulham summed up everything about his second spell: resilience, discipline, and a team that refuses to fold. Falling behind at Craven Cottage could have derailed Everton in previous seasons, but this time they responded, with Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall dragging the side forward in a dominant second-half display. This result pushed Everton up to 8th in the Premier League on 37 points, firmly on course to surpass last season's total and, more importantly, remain in the European conversation. For a club that was fighting relegation not long ago, that shift alone highlights Moyes' impact. What makes this run even more impressive is the adversity Everton have faced. Over the winter, Moyes lost Iliman Ndiaye and Idrissa Gana Gueye to the Africa Cup of Nations, stripping the midfield of creativity and control. During that stretch, results understandably dipped. Just as Ndiaye returned, another blow arrived, with Jack Grealish ruled out for months. Despite that, Everton have continued to grind out points, especially on the road, where their away form has become a genuine weapon. However, this is where questions start to emerge. The January transfer window came and went with minimal reinforcement. Tyreek George arrived on loan late on, but Moyes was clear he wanted a striker, and Everton failed to deliver one. Given how close the Blues are to Europe, that lack of ambition could prove costly. The Evertonians will rightly wonder what might have been achieved with a little more backing. With extra firepower, Everton could already be pulling clear in the race for European qualification. Moyes has shown he can maximise what is given, but he shouldn't have to keep overachieving just to compensate. Looking ahead, the summer becomes critical. If the Friedkin Group fully support Moyes, Everton could turn this momentum into something lasting. If not, serious questions about ambition will be impossible to ignore. My dear Everton fan, should the Friedkin Group back Moyes heavily in the summer? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Listen up Everton fan, Branthwaite's future is once again becoming a major talking point at Everton, and it's easy to understand why. As the season moves toward its conclusion, the club's priority is simple: results on the pitch. That hasn't always come easily, with Everton managing just 4 wins in their last 14 matches across all competitions since early December. But once the final whistle blows on this campaign, attention will inevitably shift to recruitment and potential departures. Branthwaite sits right at the center of those conversations. The 23-year-old has been linked with a move away before, particularly to Manchester United, but an injury setback earlier in the season cooled that interest. Now fully fit again, and returning at a time when Everton need him due to injuries elsewhere, Branthwaite is back in the spotlight. His return is a huge boost for David Moyes defensively. Yet it also places him firmly back in the shop window. Reports suggest Manchester United could soon be in the market for a left-sided centre-back, especially with Real Madrid circling around Lena Euro. If Man United miss out there, Branthwaite fits the profile almost perfectly. Young, Premier League proven, left-footed, and dominant defensively. In my opinion, this creates mixed emotions. On one hand, Branthwaite is a cornerstone of the team's present and future. On the other, his potential sale could fund much-needed reinforcements, particularly up front, where a new striker is essential this summer. There's also the bigger defensive picture to consider. James Tarkowski and Michael Keane have been excellent, but time waits for no one. With their combined age creeping up and limited depth behind them, Everton may need to think about succession planning regardless of Branthwaite's future. If he stays, Everton build around him. If he goes, the club must reinvest smartly and quickly. Either way, this decision will shape the next phase of Moyes' rebuild, making it hugely relevant for every Everton supporter watching closely. Evertonians, is Branthwaite untouchable for you, or is there a price Everton should accept? Share your opinion in the comments below. This is the Toffees News fan channel and I'll stop here. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. A big hug and see you in the next video.